But yo, so have you been looking for new Phillies merch lately?
I actually have. I feel like I'm running low on t-shirts.
All right. Well, since you are, you and the other Phillies fans should head over to phillygoat.com to get your Philly Goat merch and use the code BTVPod for 10% off your next order. Beyond the Bank is proud to be an affiliate with Philly Goat. And as always, go Phils.
Beyond the Bank, we're talking baseball. Beyond the Bank, may we make takes, Beyond the Bank, Phillies fever, catch it now. Bleeding red is hell. Beyond the Bank.
And welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Bank Phillies podcast. I'm your host, Pete. Along with my co-host, Henry. What is up, my guy?
2 out of 3. 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. Another series win for this team. Bear with us. Our connection is kind of wonky today. Not sure why. Just doesn't want to be nice to us today, but we're fighting through it. If you do notice anything, but yeah, we're in good spirits right now. We're laughing because we came out, if anybody saw, or it just got recently updated, new cover art, or I guess you say new logo that we created. It came out pretty good. You said you had a comment about yourself or whatever.
I said it made me look like the Crimson Chin is what I said. And it's my fault for bringing that up right before we were about to record.
All right. No, but I mean, it came out nice though, and I think the background's pretty cool. So obviously, if nobody realized or whatever, that was one of like the first ppictures we took together. I think that was at opening day of 2024, right when we, that was the first year we started the pod.
Yeah.
But I guess you could listen. I'll come out and say it. A little bit help from ChatGPT, man. A little AI stuff. You know what I'm saying?
A little bit,
it is what it is. Yeah, a little. I mean, I'm not afraid to admit it, man.
Jeez.
We're moving into a new technology world here nowadays. It helps a little bit. So I wasn't gonna go and start painting my own picture, so that wasn't gonna happen.
No,
but hope you guys love it. I think it's pretty cool, and just a little update. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta update some things. So we're moving along here. We're moving along. So just like the team is, day by day, baby.
Finally,
day by day. Finally. So. But yeah, so a successful homestand for the team. They won 5 out of 6 after playing the Padres and the Chicago White Sox. Definitely, before we get into any of our takeaways just from the whole homestand, I would say very, I guess you could say, reassuring homestand. Just for us in general, just because we talked about the fact that they've been struggling at home so much this year, and I think you could say whatever you want about the opponents. Obviously look at the Padres record. They're really not playing up to that record, I would say. And the White Sox, they're a young, competitive team who we saw all weekend. They can put up some runs. But, I mean, outside of the Andrew Painter start, I mean, the pitching looked decent. And, I mean, the lineup seemed like they were putting together some runs as well. So, definitely a good thing to see from this homestand, I would say.
Definitely. I agree. That very depressing thing happened over the homestand. Sanji lost his streak.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts with that whole thing? Any
I mean, it was fun while it lasted, man.
Right.
It was fun while it lasted.
It was.
That was cool. That was a good time. The way that everybody was rooting for it, and it was on national baseball news. I don't know if you caught it. They said it on the broadcast on Wednesday. So he hit the record for scoreless innings, obviously consecutive scoreless innings, in Citizens Bank Park. 33 2/3 in Citizens Bank Park in a row. He set that record right before his it was the inning before his streak got broken. So I thought that was cool to just add another layer to that. You know what I mean? That was awesome.
For sure, yeah. And I just think for Sanchez, no matter what was going to happen, I was at that point just proud of the guy. Obviously the last couple episodes we were talking a lot about him and stuff like that and what he's been doing. And I just think eventually, the streak was going to break. And, there's a little bit of part of me that I felt like, I guess it's okay that it happened at home in front of the fans for him to get recognized about that. And it's just then the applause was awesome. The fact that the home plate umpire like gave it a minute to kind of let that moment, breathe and whatnot was pretty cool. So, it's unfortunate, but listen, I mean, 5th on the all-time, leaderboard there with all those other pitchers, the pitchers that he passed and stuff like that. I mean, it's just phenomenal, man. And it was such a cool thing to be a part of and witness over that whole month. And it's something that I'll look back on and won't forget. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely not. And I think it's funny because people were bringing up like he's the only Philly to ever give up a run and get a standing ovation. Like,
right. Yeah, exactly.
Like, he got a 5-minute standing ovation for giving up a run. Like, it was so funny.
Yeah.
But
crazy.
No, it was cool. It was really cool.
People were bagging on Marsh about the throw to home. I listen, I'm not really gonna, get into that whole thing of like, well, if he threw it this way or this and that, blah blah blah, this could still be alive. It's like, dude, I mean, you could say, because then you could say the other thing is too. It's like, why is he still in the game, right? Like, why is he still pitching? But then, like, you're not gonna get a win-win there. I feel like so nobody's gonna be, happy at that point. So it is what it is. But shout out to the offensive.
I told you he was a bum. Like, all right.
Right, exactly. Like, relax, calm down, okay. But listen, I guess I could say this at least. We own the Padres. We went 6-0 against them this year. At their place and at our place. I mean, listen, I don't know what it is, man. If we played the Padres every day, we'd be on our way to a championship, I guess.
Dude, I can't believe that. That was our first series or season sweep in like it was more than like 5 or 6 games or whatever. Since 2005.
It's crazy.
I know.
It's nuts.
I know. It's wild. Like, it's when you hear stats like that, you're like, I guess it has been a while. Like, you just don't think about it.
Right.
You know?
And real quick, we might have talked about this before, like a small second, but every time we play the Padres, I always think and say to myself, like, man, I'm super glad that we chose Bryce Harper over Manny Machado to this day. You can't, I'm sorry. Like, people will be like, you can say that now or whatever, blah, 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 but you might have wanted Machado back then. No, I didn't. I didn't.
I wanted one of them. I didn't care. Well, not that I didn't care, but I was just like, we need a free agent. Because at that time, times were tough. So
right, exactly.
Like,
like somebody choose us, please.
Yeah, I wasn't exactly picky.
Right.
I remember back then, I thought we were going to get Harper and Chris Bryant.
Oh, jeez. Well,
which, I mean, I guess good thing we didn't.
Right. It would have been pretty bad. So, Yeah, exactly. But yeah. So
I love playing the Padres. It's great.
I
told you about what I saw when
right.
Like in the playoffs that one night, man. When it was like Reese hit 2 home runs. It was the Bryce Harper when he was like, "This is my effing house." It was that game.
Right.
I went and did a bathroom, and there were Padres cards in the urinals. Like, it was just like, this is crazy. Like,
it's nuts, dude. It's nuts.
It was a different kind of energy, I'll tell you.
Yeah. It was.
I can't stand Tatis.
Right. Yeah, they're all pretty annoying for the most part.
DFA Castellanos, by the way.
I know. With good, crazy. I mean, while he's in Philly, and then everybody's like, "Oh, yo, reunion." Like, yeah, no, I'm good, thanks. We're not doing that. I'm not doing.
It only cost me $500,000. Who cares?
I don't care.
And clearly, Johnson was a problem.
Well, but the other thing is too,
they were just like, by the way, we're gonna throw you to the wolves. You can do like an impromptu, basically press conference at your locker, and then we're gonna cut you the next day. Like,
right? It's like what? And it's funny, right? Because like he was there on the team for the first game or whatever of that series. He wasn't even in the lineup. Gave him standing ovation, I guess, like did like a video.
They showed him
on
the board and he gave like a hat tip and everybody was cheering. Yeah.
Right. It's like, okay, this is a little awkward, but
and then
whatever.
He just threw him to the wolves, man. Imagine. Like, I'm
waiting to see where he's gonna get picked up at. It's definitely the Mets, so I don't know. But
you imagine.
Well, and the thing is, though, right? He wants to be an everyday player. So that was the whole, like, reason why they kind of cut him, because they just didn't see it working, like, to be that way.
Their roster construction doesn't make it, not to make this a Padres podcast.
No, I know, but it's a good point.
Their roster construction doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
Like,
whatsoever.
They got Gavin Sheets. They got, like, they were talking about it on 3-0 Take. JB and Nate were, because Kyle, congratulations to Kyle. Kyle had a baby.
Shout out to Kyle. Congratulations.
But they kind of let the inmates run the asylum over there for an episode, and
Word.
they were talking about it, and Josh was talking about like, but this roster makes no sense. And I was listening to it, and I was like, I agree. You have Gavin Sheets, you have Ty France. Like there's guys, you can't have 4 guys on the bench for outfield. Like it just doesn't make any sense. And Castellanos was always going to be the odd man out.
Yeah, exactly. It was always bound to be that way. So whatever. They got fun with that. But anyway,
you're good. You're like good riddance.
Yeah, exactly. And to get into more of the Chicago White Sox series, it was an interesting one, and there was a lot of runs being scored over this past weekend against them. Again, like I said, they're a young team. You know, they got some hitters on there, and there's a reason why, you know, they have the record that they do at this time of the season. But I just feel like this whole series this weekend was just a lot of runs scored. Like if you were taking the over in a lot of these games, you probably were winning some money. So
yeah, I agree. It was a little crazy. I'm just pulling up the scores. I want to see how many runs we scored just in this last series. So it was a 3-game series. You got 8 on the first night.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 11. We scored 20 runs over these 3 games. That's crazy. That almost never happens for us.
I know, exactly. Well, that's the thing. You got to highlight, right, is the offense. I mean, especially a guy like Marsh, right, who was just
oh my gosh,
the whole homestand. So, and we'll get a little bit into him more, but I think when you start out looking at Friday night's game, which I don't know if you noticed, but like they didn't, up until Friday, they didn't win a game in the City Connects. So
I didn't know that until they mentioned it.
I know. Well, and it's weird too.
They mentioned it on Thursday. They were like, they'll get a chance to win in the City Connects, and I was like, what?
Yeah, and I feel like every time it's City Connect, it's like Luzardo pitching. So then he's always like involved in that whole like, oh, they haven't won the City Connect because Luzardo's pitched terrible. So right. Well, but like again, so like getting into that, like with Friday's game, it didn't start off the greatest for him. But luckily enough, he had some help from the offense to kind of, you know, keep him in game and stuff like that. You know, you didn't really want to see him go out too early in the game just to save some of the bullpen. But again, I think it's one of those things with Luzardo where he may have, you know, an equal amount of, you know, good times, bad times this year. And I don't know if it has a lot to do with last year having so many innings under his belt. I don't know. But of course, everybody's going to look at the contract now and be like, oh, once he starts pitching bad, they're like, oh, well, you know, they overpaid. Where it's like, I don't know. For some reason, for me, I don't feel that way with Luzardo. I feel like sometimes it's just like mishaps for him, and
it's what he was going to demand on the open market anyway.
Right? Exactly. So, but yeah. So Friday night they got the win, and then Saturday, obviously rough one out the gate. I mean, they were down instantly. You were at the game, so I know you were
right. Like, guess which game I went to? Yeah, right. I mean, so I was calling my dad about something, and I called him earlier in the day, and he calls me back, and I'm sitting in my seat by myself.
Right,
Gabby's doing her birthdays, whatever she's doing.
Okay,
and wherever she's at in the stadium, but I said, I answered. He goes, "Oh, are you out somewhere?" Because you could hear the stadium, I guess, in the background, like the speakers and all. And I was like, "Yeah." I said, "I'm at the Phillies game." He goes, "Seems pretty quiet." I said, "Well, it is 6-0."
Right.
And he goes, "Oh, that'll do it." I said, "Yeah, I know." I said, "It's the second inning, or the third inning. They're down 6-0." So he was like, "Oh yeah, it won't get much louder than that." I said, "I know."
Yeah. No, it was a rough one for Painter, and we'll discuss more a little bit about it later. But at the same time, it's like you go down that quick, right? And it feels like it's just anytime that happens with this team, it's like the air gets taken out of the sail, and it's like the offense, you know, tries to get everything back in one inning sometimes, where it's like just get some back, and they did. To be fair, I missed most of this game because I was out, and I just wasn't gonna let them ruin my day from the beginning. But then again, eventually when I left the event where I was at, I did tune back in. I saw they scored a couple runs. Adolis, you know, drove in some runs, all that other stuff. Bohm hit another homer. You know, they weren't dead yet, but then by the time, you know, it just got too late, and they weren't able to rebound and tie back up. But again, I think more so when you look at that game, it's the fact of getting in a hole so early, and it's just like there's just no energy, unfortunately. Yeah. And sometimes they're just, you know, in the future, if that happens, they got to figure out ways to kind of get that energy back. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and like even the homers weren't doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like right. And we always say, like, if you go down 6-0, not that it's okay, but you got to be like, this is fine. We have like 6 more innings to go. We don't have to get them all in one shot.
Right.
And that's what they try to do every time, and it never works.
Yeah, exactly.
It's almost like when a team scores more than 5 and it's 5-0, they just go, we'll get them tomorrow. Like, that's
right,
it.
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, back here tomorrow. Like, okay.
Yeah.
I guess I can go home now then? Like, I don't know.
Right. And I think the most annoying thing too sometimes, and it's funny because I was listening to the end of the game on the radio, and Schwarber was like the last at bat. It was kind of like almost like a quick at bat. Like he almost wanted to kind of just like get out of there.
Yes.
And I brought up a comment, and Natalia was just like, well, like, why are you mad? Like, he's such a good player. I was like, yeah, I know he's a good player, but then there's times where it's annoying because I can just tell when they just want to get out of there. Like they don't want to have an at bat. It's just like it's 1, 2, 3, done. Like that's the annoying. That's what gets me fired up in those moments. Sometimes I'm just like, dude, like how about work a pitch? I know you're down 3 runs.
I will always go back to Game 6 of the World Series in 22.
Yeah,
Jordan had hit the home run already. It was the 9th inning, and Schwarber bunted with 2 strikes.
Right, yeah.
And I was just like, "Are we kidding?"
Like that's what you just knew.
I was so pissed. I was so pissed.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough. Bad memories.
Yes.
So anyway, but yeah, and then today's game, get the 9-5 win. Behind Aaron Nola, who, decent game. It wasn't the greatest, wasn't the worst. You know what I'm saying? Did give up some runs, but got through some situations where had some runners on base. Didn't completely fall apart. I would say. Yeah. The bullpen helped out a little bit today. You got a lot of stuff from the offense. Brandon Marsh hitting another homer, which, by the way, there was a stat on the post-game broadcast that for the homestand, he had a batting average of 500, 3 home runs, and 6 RBIs. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Sounds like an all-star to me. So.
Can we get? Yeah, I was gonna say, can we get a takeaway soon? Because I got one about him.
Right. But yeah, just a very good game to see. And the one thing I will say I like is, that, hey, we need some breathing room, right? And they were saying on the broadcast, constantly towards the end of the game where, like, the White Sox took the lead and then we got the lead right back. You're up 6-5. You're like, all right, you definitely want some runs, like some more runs to help the bullpen, considering you got a guy like Alvarado come in who's been struggling, right? So yeah. I just think the fact of them piling on more runs was very, very, very good to see.
Yeah. Yeah. They got a couple run lead and they weren't satisfied. They just kept fighting back. Like it was a back and forth game.
It was. Yeah.
White Sox took the lead. Marsh hits the home. Was it Marsh who hit the home run to give them the lead?
Yes, I think so.
So Marsh hits the home run, give them the lead. And then Bohm hits then they take the lead back. Bohm hits a double, gets what I mean? Right. It was back and forth, but they didn't give up.
Right. And the other thing is too, right? Dude, I know Bohm's your guy. Still get annoyed with him all the time. But I would say, man, the one double that he hit, right, where he stays behind the ball, dude, if he just does that,
I know.
He just does that and stops grounding into double plays, right? Like that right there is what everybody expects him to do, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody like that right there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like oh my God, dude. Like when it's like you finally see him do the job that he's supposed to do, and it's like, bro, that's what the thing in SpongeBob, the one episode where they're like, that's what we've been waiting for, and it's like at the girl, like that's like that is literally what we've been waiting for from Bohm, and it's like, dude, just please try to do that more consistently. Like,
with
the runners on.
He had a great series, so
he did. I won't
everybody can get off my back.
Right. And real quick for takeaways, I will say the White Sox, they're going to be they're building
a scrappy
something.
Team.
They're building something, man.
Yes, they are.
So
they are. Their culture may still suck, but they're building something for sure.
Right? Yeah, exactly. They're getting there.
Did you see their magic wand?
I did. That was interesting.
So they're doing a magic wand, and somebody, I don't know if it was Crook or T-Mac, was like making fun of it, and then that at bat they hit a home run, and I was just like,
it's like, okay.
Come on, man.
Right, yeah.
Keep your mouth shut. Like,
right, yeah.
By the way, it's your job to talk, but geez.
Speaking of T-Mac, I love the guy, right? Been a little rough lately. been a little rough. Like some of the calls is just like the one night against the Padres, and the one guy was hit a homer, and he's like, and that one's gone, and ended up being foul. Like I looked away because I was annoyed. I looked back, I was like, oh, it's a foul ball. But I'm like, T-Mac made it seem like it was like
I will say
500 feet though. Like
it looked like it was gone because it looked like
it did,
wrapped
but
around
like
the pole. He doesn't have many bad calls. I tried.
he doesn't. No,
it looked like because I thought it was gone too.
right.
I thought it was a home run, and then I
Yeah.
was just like, oh yeah, it went around the pole, and I was like, no, just kidding, cut in front of it. Even
Yeah.
everybody I was watching with was like, are you sure? Like,
Right,
I'm
yeah.
telling you, I swear.
Right. Nah, we love T-Mac though. He's a great.
Oh
guy,
yeah, of course.
But
Let's get him on the pod.
I know we should. All right. So real
That'd be
quick,
crazy.
you want to get to your takeaways from the
Yes.
homestand?
Number one, Brandon Marsh is an everyday player. I don't
Okay.
care what anybody has to say.
Right.
I know this is it's obvious now. I get
Right,
it.
right, right.
We've been
Banging
blowing
the
this
drum.
horn for 2 years. Pause. We've
banging
been,
the drum.
yeah, we've been banging this drum for 2 years now that he's an everyday player, and since March 1st of last year, he's been one of the best outfielders in baseball.
Right.
Like, what else do you want from him?
Yeah.
And I think Don's going to give him a little bit of a more of a leash here. And like the home run off the lefty today, like that's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm really happy for him. You know, the fan base loves him. I don't know many people that are like, oh, Brandon Marsh stinks. I don't know many people that are like that. So that's my first takeaway. My second takeaway is Johan Duran should be a Philly for life because that dude is ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Dude, I don't know if you caught this on a broadcast. Going into, I think it was Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Friday he beat the record. He's got the most save opportunities in a row for the Phillies when just facing the minimum.
Wow.
So he's faced the minimum in like 6 save opportunities in a row.
Right.
So I thought that was pretty cool. But he's a Philly for life. Having him as a lockdown guy at the back end of your bullpen
Mm-hmm.
is going to do wonders if we make the postseason.
Now, question, right? All right, let's you gotta take a second to think about it. It's fine, but what type of contract do you give Duran as a closer? I mean, I've seen contracts before of it, but like just off the top of your head, if you had to think about
$18 million.
18
a
million,
year.
okay.
Yes.
How many years?
Arolda's got what? 4.
Okay, all right.
4.
It's gonna be interesting to see now.
Maybe 5.
You know,
Yeah. No, it is for sure.
so
Definitely.
You're talking about
What's
Philly for
Aroldis
life.
Chapman's? What's
That's a good
Aroldis
question.
Chapman's?
I'll
Contract?
look it up while you get into your next point.
Okay. Well, I'm still gonna talk about Duran for a second.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know about Philly for life. I guess
Okay.
he should be the closer for the rest of this window.
Okay, sounds
I'll put
Makes
it that
sense.
way.
Makes sense.
Um,
Okay, so and Chapman's contract is only a 1 year, $13.3 million contract that includes a $13 million mutual vesting option for 2027. Which,
Okay.
speaking of which, he's been in the news too because they said that, or Bob Nightingale reported that he may be on the trade block for the trade deadline. So we'll see. Another destination for Mr. Chapman. So
Yeah, I don't want him.
yeah, I'm good. Yeah,
Somebody was like, "Oh, we should get Aroldis Chapman." I was like, "No." you can have Duran not have that closer entrance, and then Aroldis Chapman. I don't.
Well, now I think maybe the only thing that would make sense with Chapman is maybe taking over like that Alvarado spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying replace Alvarado, but maybe
He's too
bump-
good to do that.
Alvarado.
His contract's too high to do that.
Well,
You don't get a guy like Aroldis Chapman and put him in the 7th.
I get that, but like he's on the back 9, man. He's got to accept the role like that, maybe on a team that's competing for a
He
championship.
can still
you know?
throw, and he doesn't show
I know.
signs of injuring or getting
Yeah,
injured.
well.
Like I don't know.
He's good.
My last takeaway.
I wouldn't be mad, I would say, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not going to be like stomping up and down if we end up trading for him, but
Right,
I'm going to
right.
be very curious as to what they're going to do with him.
Correct.
But anyway, all giveaways should be all fans.
You're right.
Dude, I'm sick of. You knew I was going to go there. I'm sick of
Right.
of 14 and under giveaways. I shouldn't have to kidnap a child to take them into the
Right.
It's brutal. And then I see these grown men with bags full of Duran bobbleheads, ready to sell them. I'm like, dude, you need to get a life.
Bro, people
Like,
said they were selling them for $50, $80 already on eBay.
I saw it already. Yeah,
it's nuts, dude. So you know what? That was my third takeaway. So I'll kind of like combine that right now with you. So yeah, I also agree. That let's stop with that. I don't understand like why that has to be like almost half the giveaways. Fix that for the future. I don't know what's going on with so many 14 under. You know, no disrespect to the kids, but like, come on.
And
man.
anyone they add. Never mind, go on.
Just keep going, whatever. All right, so yeah, so my second takeaway, I guess, is Adolis Garcia maybe finding his footing, and I put in parentheses maybe. Didn't do much today, but we've been seeing him hit the ball more recently, and maybe he found something in that off day. To talked about, I don't know, but dude, it's like, but sometimes, man, I just don't know what he's swinging at. Like I don't like. It's like, dude, and he needs to relax, bro.
Yeah,
relax. Like, dude, he goes up there and it's like, and it's almost like feels like with some of the guys, like, they almost get like sped up a little bit, and it's like you're like, dude, chill. Let's calm down. Like in today's game, Nola, he's having trouble with the pitch comm thing. So then like he was literally taking every second of the pitch clock down to like 1 second. And then he ended up walking 2 guys. And it's like, dude, how about take a step up the mound, fix whatever you got to fix, and go from there. Stop rushing yourself. It's like, oh, my God. Like, chill. Or like somebody, or Marshawn, step up for a second. Pause, you know what I'm saying? Take a pause. Like, it's like sometimes it just like speed up. It's like, yo, let's relax, okay? So, oh, my gosh. Drives me insane.
Speeding up, and that game still took like 3.5 hours.
I know.
That was ridiculous.
Killing me, dude.
I'm sitting here like I can't do in person. I'm sitting here like, well, I'm done what I need to do, and it's like the 6th inning. Maybe I'll just drive down it. This is ridiculous.
All right, and then my final last point, like you talked about a little bit, Brandon Marsh, he's an all-star. I don't even want to hear no discussion. We're gonna get more into all-star ballots later, but you already know who I locked in for one of the outfielder spots. I mean, it's just. Dude, he is just.
As did
you know what it is. He's coming up in big spots, right? It's not even the fact like he's hitting the ball well, yes, but like he's coming up in spots that like we need him to, especially.
And he's not just hitting He's not just hitting home runs.
Right. Exactly.
Like, it's doubles down the line. It's doubles in the gap. Like it's a clutch single. Like he's doing it all.
All right, and so
great plays.
One of Corey Seidman, who is very well known for putting out Phillies news, all that other stuff, tweeted out a little bit ago some stats for Brandon Marsh. Talking about last 40 games this season and then the last calendar year. So for the last calendar year, he's had a batting average of 320, an OPS of 867. This season is a batting average of 338, an 889 OPS, and in the last 40 games, he's had a 375 batting average and a 997 OPS, right? Now, right? Fantastic numbers. Now, if you look back at like maybe like the last calendar year, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, if you want to, I guess, involve last season, right?
Yeah. That's what the calendar year is, right?
Yes, but like he wouldn't like last year, you almost kind of think about like he wasn't playing, I feel like, as consistently as he is now. Right, well, like he wasn't getting many opportunities. I feel like,
right.
So,
and I mean, you remember he was on the IL for
that's it.
3 weeks. They got sent down. So,
still good numbers though. I'm not taking anything away from it.
Yeah. I'm saying like that was in like April.
Yeah,
right. So, like, that's why I always use the sample from May 1st on. Because quite frankly, it works better in my favor.
I get it, but no, literally. I mean, you hear those numbers though, and it's like for a guy that you look back at the trade in 22, right? Who was really getting nowhere with the Angels. And I mean, a lot I could do with them. Not a shot at them, but whatever. I know it's brutal.
Dude, they're so bad.
I know it's brutal. It's brutal.
They gave up a 9 spot to the Dodgers in the first inning last night.
Yeah, it's rough. But I just think the growth and the mature level that Marsh has gotten to now, being with them for so long on this team, and obviously he's a good teammate. Everybody knows that. Everybody talks about it. But now that he's getting more time, and I think gaining more trust from the organization itself, I think it's great to see. And I mean, listen, you got a guy like Brandon Marsh. If he does end up playing more in that cleanup spot, comes up big. I mean, geez, I mean, you move the other guys down and you see where that goes, right? So it's awesome to see. He's an all-star.
Definitely.
So,
Yeah. Can't wait.
Can't wait. All right, so getting into the question of the day real quick. We talked a little bit about the game that he pitched in, and obviously everybody's gonna have discussions about it. But my question today is: do you think it would be the right call to send Andrew Painter down to the minors?
I don't. Not yet. I think 1 or 2 more starts, and if he's not doing what he's supposed to do, then yeah. But I just think if you're doing it by July of his first season, I don't see what's constructive about that, to be honest.
Right.
I really don't.
Yeah, and so they came out on the broadcast before the game, and I think Mattingly said that like they already plan on like not doing it. Like he's gonna be here to stay.
Right. Well, they also said Rob Thompson wasn't getting fired, so
right. So you take that with a grain of salt. But there's a part of me, and I texted to you yesterday. I don't want to see him go down, like get sent down, because I do want to see him, fight through all the tough times. But the problem that I have is that like I understand you want to. You got to get through some of this stuff with him, and I get that. But when it comes to the fact of like, the point of throwing away some starts and games, and I'm not saying like he's doing it on purpose. I know he's trying his best, but the fact that like we're not seeing any more consistency from him the last couple of starts, where it's like he's putting this team into like holes like from the beginning, and it's like, like what can he get an out? Like I just want him to get an out at that point. You know what I'm saying? And I just think like. I don't think it would be the most terrible thing. And I'm not saying if you send him down to the minors, not the whole rest of the season, maybe for like a quick 2-week trip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe, but the problem that you run into now, right, is they don't have a lot of depth down in, the fifth spot, right?
Right.
You released Taijuan Walker. Not that he was doing any better, but you did that, right? Because you're just like, all right, we're just going to deal with the growing pains of Andrew Painter. But you look in the farm system, you're like, well, then, okay, if you send Painter down, then who do you bring up?
We have nobody left.
Like Ronhell may not be able to do much better. You know what I'm saying? Like who knows? But that's the problem that you run into.
One start.
But this is the risk you take going into a season where you say, hey, we're gonna have all the confidence in the world for this young kid who coming off Tommy John, right? The weight of the fan base on his shoulders, and say, hey, we know that you could do this. There may be some growing pains, but it is what it is, right? And like that's the risk you take, is that now you're in a situation where you're like, well, you tell yourself, hey, we're not going to send him down because we pretty much locked in the confidence that we had for him, and now it's like, well, that's fine, but how many more starts is he going to waste? Where it's like he's getting into these huge like situations where it's like by the second, third inning, he's at 60 pitches, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the tough part about it, and. Like I said, I want to be patient, and I'm going to do my best to, but boy, it's rough. It's rough, man. Like nothing is with the fastball and stuff. Like nothing's going well for him. So.
And it's not like I texted you right after. It's not even bad luck.
Yeah.
Like they're just squaring up. Like that one. Who was the guy? What was his name? Yesterday,
Gonzalez or something like that.
Yeah, Gonzalez.
Tank shot, dude.
Second like, deck,
geez,
and I knew
man.
it off the bat. I was like, oh no.
Yeah. it's rough. Dude.
It was rough. Yeah,
it is. But like you said, I mean, they probably won't. And like I said, they already came out and said they're not going to. So
yeah,
well, hold our breath, I guess. I don't know. So we'll see what happens. A little bit of a fun thing here as we're getting, closer. Well, almost about what? Under a month away from the All-Star game, I guess. Kind of close to. The ballots are out and stuff like that. So, you got to get your voting in, vote as many Phillies as you can.
5 times a day.
Yes, exactly. Do whatever you got to do to get our boys in the All-Star game. But yeah, we're going to go through our ballots here. We both did ours recently. So if you want to go first.
So for the National League, I have Hunter Goodman at the catcher.
Okay.
He's been pretty good. I have him on my fantasy team, so I'm a little biased, but he has the highest OPS of a catcher, I think, and I think he might have the second most home runs. First base is Bryce Harper, let's be honest. I still think he's the best first baseman in baseball. I don't care what anybody says. Vladdy's having a down year. Obviously different position, or different league, but still.
Right.
Brandon Lau at second base for the
Okay.
National League. I think the Pirates need some representation. They've been playing really well.
Right.
Third base, I have Manny Machado. I don't have
Interesting.
Bohm, unfortunately.
Interesting. Okay.
I just think he's been consistent enough, and the stats of the guys out that were on that list were not all that.
Okay.
They weren't.
Okay.
Shortstop, I have C.J. Abrams. He separated himself from the pack
Yeah, for sure.
enormously. Like
He's
to me,
good.
that wasn't even a question. DH,
Come on now.
Kyle Schwarber. Are we
Come
kidding?
on now.
Leads the league in home runs.
Come on now.
Tied for first in extra base hits. Just
Come
at
on.
home. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Outfield, Ronald Acuna Jr. He's been on a
Hmm.
tear, and the Braves have been red hot.
Right.
Jung Hoo Lee, he hits for average.
That was a
he's got
very
320
interesting one.
He's got a 324 average.
Okay.
He's doing all right. And Brandon Marsh, because he's
Right.
simply one of the top 5 outfielders in the whole game right now. So
Okay. All right. Do you want me to do the NL for my part or
Sure.
whatever?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So now, and the other thing is too, right? Real quick point, like taking into account that, listen, we can vote who we feel right now, but even if you don't see the stats as being very good, I mean, listen, they could, go on a heater for the rest of the month up until July, and then they have a case for that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
All right. So for my catcher for the NL side, I did Drake Baldwin. I do understand that he's been out recently with an injury. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to come back soon for the Braves. But I just think for the season that he started off having, I think it just makes too much sense for him. I think he right now has him at 303 average, 13 home runs, 38 RBIs, and a 932 OPS. Obviously he won Rookie of the Year last year for them, and then start off this season. I mean, he just continued where he started basically. So I definitely see him getting voted there. For first base, Bryce Harper. I mean, that's no question. I definitely think he deserves it. Again, multiple people told me he was garbage. So I guess making the All-Star, if he makes the All-Star team, then I guess he's garbage. So I don't know. But anyway, so I'll keep going with that bit. And then for second base, I'm going to go Xavier Edwards from the Marlins. He's honestly been very sneaky good. And I feel like kind of overlooked just considering that he's on the Marlins, and we know that like they're not always the greatest, but they have some scrappy players on those teams, and I think he's one of them. 305 average, 6 home runs, 20 RBIs, 845 OPS. Definitely think he'll get voted there, or that's for me at least. And then third base, I went Max Muncy from the Dodgers. It's just from that list. I couldn't
bring myself to vote for him.
Like you said, though, the list was rough to see, right? There wasn't a lot of options.
It was those two. It was Manny and him, and and then the rest. Yeah.
Right. 259 average, 14 home runs, 22 RBIs, 863 OPS. One of those consistent guys for the Dodgers who's always in the lineup. Always seems like he comes up in a good spot to hit a home run. So I could see that happening. Shortstop CJ Abrams. Pretty much kind of what you said. I mean, just separating himself from everybody else. I feel like he's just, an amazing young talent. DH, Kyle Schwarber. No explanation there. And then for my outfield, I have Corbin Carroll from the Diamondbacks. I think he's maybe one of the best hitters in the league this year. I mean, just completely still dominating on a team that, obviously is kind of hovering around 500. He's got 284 average, 9 home runs, 30 RBIs. 915 OPS. Definitely could see that. And then got Brandon Marsh, of course. Pretty much what we talked about before. And then I went with Jordan Walker as my last pick for the outfield. He's been having a sneaky good season. I had him in fantasy for a little while, ended up trading him. But he's still a good player. He's got a 301 average, 16 home runs, 46 RBIs, and 921 OPS. And I just think he's definitely deserving of it. So totally. That is my NL side of things.
So for my AL picks,
okay,
I have Munetaka Murakami at first base.
Okay.
20 bombs, 938 OPS.
Right.
First year over in the majors. That'll be an awesome story.
Right.
Second base, Slim Pickens. Let's start there. Yep. My goodness.
Very bad. Very bad.
The AL is butt. I picked Trevor Baizana.
Okay.
799 OPS. Again, it's not
very
great,
slim.
Man.
Not great. Not at all.
Like there's nobody with the Yeah, I mean, this guy Duran that I just picked up in fantasy, who's a
Right.
position player,
Right.
and like he's a I play wherever guy, so I can't really.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's
I
tough.
don't feel
It's
good about
rough.
that.
It's tough.
Third base, I picked Miguel Vargas.
Okay.
He's having a sneaky good season. 15 bombs, 41 RBIs, and 859 OPS. He's on the White Sox. I personally think that the White Sox deserve some credit for this All-Star break. They deserve some representation. They're
Right.
doing really well. They're doing really well.
And that was for what position?
Third base.
Okay. Got you.
They had him listed as third base. I don't know.
Got you.
They also had Murakami as first base, which I thought was odd, but I used it anyway.
Right.
I think he deserves some recognition. Last year, he got, I don't know if you remember, he was the one that got traded from LA to Chicago, like from the Dodgers to Chicago. And he was just, there was that picture of the guy that was like,
Oh,
shriveled up
yeah,
in
yeah,
their
yeah,
book,
yeah.
and it
yeah,
was
okay.
like, I can't believe I'm here right now. That
Right,
was him.
right.
And he's completely flipped this whole thing around.
Right. Yep. I do remember that.
He's like a guy that has more of a head on his shoulders than Tim Anderson.
Okay.
Shortstop, I went Bobby Witt Jr.
Okay.
Originally,
Reasonable.
I sent you that I had Gunnar Henderson,
Right.
but Bobby Witt, he's one of my guys. I love watching Bobby Witt. Batting 280, 810 OPS.
Okay.
His power is starting to come back, but he's doing all right. Catcher,
Sure.
I picked Shea Langoliers.
Okay.
Could be an all-star, could be an MVP candidate if his numbers bared it out a little bit more. If he was on the heater that he was on a couple weeks ago, he'd be on the MVP. He'd be on a fast track for the MVP.
Okay.
But my outfield is Byron Buxton, Aaron Judge, and Mike Trout. Mike Trout, 14 bombs already. Aaron Judge, 17. Byron Buxton with 18. All batting well over 800 on OPS. I think that's an unbelievable outfield. I did not pick. Who did I pick for DH? Oh, Yordan Alvarez.
Yeah.
Dude, the difference. Yordan has 22 bombs, batting 316, 48 RBIs, a 1081 OPS. The next name is Roman Anthony with 1 home run, 5 RBIs, and a 675 OPS.
Who's hurt, by the way?
Yeah, well, yeah, that too. Like nobody's even in Brent Rooker's in double-digit home runs. That's it. That's the only other guy, and Alvarez has 20, dude. I'm not going to anybody but him.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. All right, so for me, AL side of things for first base, I went with Ben Rice. I understand he plays two positions. Well, I know he plays catcher sometimes, but I mainly see him as a first baseman. 303 average, 18 home runs, 45 RBIs, and a 1046 OPS. And as of right now, with the Judge news recently, he's probably going to be one of their main hitters that they're going to look towards to get him some runs. So I definitely think he's dominating. Second base, I went with the young guy as well, Bazana, because I just think or Bazana, however you say his last name.
Yeah.
It just like I said,
such bad
slim pickings, dude. Just really tough. And the only thing I would step back on with it, I guess, is just the fact that he's still a young guy and he didn't even start the season on the roster, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So
right.
It'll be interesting to see how the voting goes there. Third base, I did Junior Caminero. I just think he's a dominant player for the Rays. Obviously, the Rays are playing good right now. 279 average, 14 home runs, 30 RBIs, and 881 OPS. Shortstop, I did Bobby Witt Jr. Catcher, I also did Shane Langoliers. Got him on my fantasy squad, just absolutely dominating from the rip. And then for outfield, I also did Byron Buxton and Mike Trout. And then for my third one, I did Riley Green from the Tigers. 308 average, 6 home runs, 29 RBIs, 848 OPS. And I know what people are going to say. Aaron Judge deserves to be there. I understand that. I get
he's
it.
also going to be hurt. I don't think
exactly.
He's going to
exactly. Even if he gets picked, he may not even play. So then, you're going to have to go for a different option. So,
and I hesitated to pick him, but I just felt like I would be.
Yeah. No, I get it. And then for designated hitter, I also did Yordan Alvarez. Again, what you said, just the stats just speak for themselves with him. I think he's just a one-man wrecking crew on that Astros team.
Dude, he really is.
Who is really not even that good. But it's it's tough over there. But
man.
I don't feel bad. But yeah, so those are my AL picks for the All-Star. And then I guess what's the whole situation with pitchers? I guess I must have missed it. Like
I don't know. It's funny as we were listening to them, I went, "Oh my god, I didn't pick any pitchers." I was thinking to myself like, "Oh, I didn't pick any pitchers."
Yeah.
I don't think they're up for voting yet.
Gotcha. Okay.
Did you see also while we're on the All-Star game, real quick?
Go ahead.
Don Mattingly got asked to be a part of the coaching staff. Did you see that?
I did see something about that. I did.
Him and oh my gosh, Ollie Marmol from the Cardinals.
Okay.
They both got asked to be a part of Dave Roberts' coaching staff.
Interesting.
For All-Star game, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so staying on the All-Star topic, when it comes to terms of All-Star game, recently MLB tweeted out that there would be some signature food items at Citizens Bank Park this year, who's hosting the All-Star game, All-Star Week, I guess you could say. And so I figured it'd be a fun topic to discuss just because I saw some of these items. I know you saw some very interesting ones. So I'm going to list them out here. And then for any of the viewers who watch on YouTube, I'll post a picture as I say them. But so to start off, you got the Liberty Stack. Very interesting one.
Yeah. Yep.
You got Betsy's Banana Ice Cream Sundae. You got the Revolutionary Rib Melt. And you got the Declaration Dog.
Where do you want me to start?
I mean, wherever you got to, man.
None of these foods have anything to do with Philadelphia. There's
why
no
do you say that?
cheesesteak. There's no
Well,
I'm saying like there's no like regionally. There's no
Right.
cheesesteaks. There's no
Right.
like. I think we have pretty good pizza. We're
Right.
not like New York pizza, but
okay.
I've had a lot of pizza around here, and I personally think it's better than some New York places. But that's neither here nor there.
Okay. Discussion.
I also haven't been to the good spots in New York, but
Right.
like we have good regional food, cheesesteaks, bagels,
Right.
like this whole upper East Coast region, like this metropolitan area of like
Right.
us, New York, and like DC, we have good food,
Right.
and they just now we're gonna slap a Wagyu hot dog on a pretzel bun, dude. None of it looks appetizing. The only thing I want to try is the
The Liberty Stack one with the donut.
no.
Oh.
If I had to pick one to try, it'd be the banana Betsy. Whatever.
I would say I might go with that rib melt, man. I don't know. That's
Dude,
looking.
I'm not eating that in July. That's not happening, bro.
Dog. What do you mean? That's a. I don't know, man. That's looking like a good one, man. I don't know, but I will say it's definitely
that for a Red October game, I can get behind that.
okay. Word.
Pause.
Yeah. I was gonna let it breathe for a sec, but no, but seriously, no, you're right though. It is surprising to see them not really like focus on like a mainstream food. I feel like like when you go to the CBP and you see the cheesesteaks, all that other stuff. They got the Bulls barbecue and stuff. So
And I
maybe
think-
like something with that.
To bring
but-
up Bull's barbecue real quick.
yeah,
I
go
think
ahead.
that's what they're trying to do with the rib melt.
Okay, so that's fair. That's fair, right?
But that's not like true to Philadelphia itself.
No, I get
That's
it.
what bothers me.
It's a good point, and it's you know what, dude. I will say this though. Besides all that, it is so cool. Again, being able to host the All-Star Week there, and just knowing that we're getting this recognition and like doing these type of like things, and obviously we know the changes to the ballpark. I think a lot of that had to do with the All-Star Week and stuff like that too. But yeah, so it's going to be really fun to see like all the cool things that they have. Obviously interesting food choices that they made here. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll have an opportunity to try one. I don't know. And the other thing is too, I'm guessing they're only going to have these food options for that week. I'm obviously not going to think it's going to be all year, right? The rest of the rest of the season.
I was actually just thinking that as we were talking here.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll have them for the rest of the year.
It'd be pretty cool, I guess.
I'm curious.
Because
But
not
I don't know.
everybody can afford an All-Star game ticket. So
Especially not the after prices.
right, exactly.
Clowns. I got food from 2 Phillies groups, by the way.
Word. Yeah, you're not
So I
loving
get for
those.
laughing at people's prices.
Anywho, so yeah, another road trip here, back in Toronto tomorrow, and let's see. Obviously Toronto's been struggling this year, but they can turn it on at any moment. So you got Sanchez to start on the mound tomorrow, and we'll see where we go from there. Hopefully the offense will keep up. Probably won't be back after the Toronto series, so we'll probably wait again until next Sunday. Possibly back in person. We'll see. We don't know. But yeah, so let's keep rolling here. What are we? 5 games above 500 now, so
Something like that.
we can kind of start to. I want to see them to separate a little bit more here with some more wins.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So, you got anything else though?
Nice. Nah, go Phils.
Go Phillies, baby. We out of here. Peace.